I've been in the position of needing a food bank in year 2000. I was very, very ill. Had no money coming in and I was very, very hungry. I've been without food for 2.5 days. I don't want anybody to go through that situation. That is why I'm very passionate about what I do at the food bank. And if there's anything I could help anybody who could go without food, which I am doing, I encourage other people to do that. Unfortunately, when I was needed of food, there wasn't anybody or any food bank available, not in Luton. So that's why I'm thankful now that Luton has got a food bank and there won't be anybody going without any food.
Hello, I'm Steve Taylor. I'm one of the trustees of the Luton Food Bank, and I, along with our team of volunteers and the staff, help run the physical operation. You're seeing me in the middle of the warehouse at the moment, and behind me we've got a vast amount of stock. But that stock has been donated by the public of Luton, for which we're extremely grateful. 95% of the food that we physically issue has been physically donated by the public. The top up we buy with cash that's been donated by the public as well. But the whole operation is really dependent on donations and support from the public and the businesses around us that help us make this operation work. And the warehouse handles 5,000 items of food a week to supply something of the order of 150 food parcels for those in need. So please continue supporting us. We look forward to receiving your support and your encouragement to make this a worthwhile operation to continue into the future. Thank you.
Luton's a really resilient place, and I think we're really fortunate to have such a diverse community around us.
Absolutely.
And this was one of many examples of people coming together, recognising the different contributions, recognising the different strengths, the different cuisine, the different type of food, but more than anything being united in the need to try and address a real challenge. And one that I think in a lot of people's mind they hadn't seen it before. Although we hear a lot about poverty, it's not as apparent as it is in other more built-up areas. So I think it was a bit of a turning point for the town, for people first to get educated and realise the impact of everybody that was going to be affected as a result of benefit changes. And then an opportunity for people to come together and say, what does that mean for us? What can we do? What positive contribution can we make? And I remember the hearts really opened up. We saw fantastic community drives happening within the community. And everybody just bringing bags and bags of shopping in to try and share that with others. And in fact, I remember initially we were overwhelmed by the number of people that were saying, I'll drive it, I'll drop it off, I'll do whatever you need to start to make things happen.
So we were mindful in Luton that as a town we are very diverse. We have many different faith groups and different communities, different languages spoken, and we wanted the food bank that we created to be representative of the town. So that was a real commitment from the very beginning. And our management committee, we started off with representatives from the local authority, the health authority, and then we had the Council of Mosques, the Churches Together group, and the Luton Council of Faiths to really make sure that we spoke to all the different communities and made what we did appropriate to everybody with or without a specific organised faith.
The funding that supported the food bank has largely come from London Luton Airport, who've supported us right from the start. We've been lucky enough to have something year on year, although we recognise there are challenges ahead. Without that money, we wouldn't have been able to support the people of Luton.
The Big Pedal was an initiative, a fundraising idea that we developed through the food bank to try and help raise much needed funds. We wanted to raise about £15,000, and the aim was to do something that was quite challenging, that would push people. Now, both me and Tariq are not quite cyclists, and we hadn't really cycled before that, but what we did do is we had someone on our food bank team, Steve, who is an avid cycler and likes to go out cycling regularly. He came up with a route and he came up with a plan that we should cycle from Luton to Manchester. Him working alongside Mashwi, the team that supported us and sponsored the event, developed the plans to really take us on a journey from Luton to Manchester in around about 2.5 days. So that was a challenge that was put out to the people of Luton, and to see how many cyclists would sign up to it and how many people we can get fundraising for Foodbank to raise at least about £15,000.
I would like to thank the donors. Without them, I probably wouldn't have done it. To be honest, there's been many events like this that I've announced on the radio station and never taken part. This was probably the first one I was kind of forced into doing, but I'm glad I was forced into it. Again, the main obviously purpose of this was to raise funds, and we were able to, I think, raise close to £14,000. So it was an amazing figure, an amazing amount of money raised. And the whole experience itself, to be honest, for me personally, again, there's a lot of achievements personally. Being able to get to Manchester was, the feeling of it itself was amazing.
As a family worker, I do referrals for parents to Foodbank. So to give something back, the school do 2 Foodbank collections a year.
I support Luton Foodbank because I know there will be a boy like me whose parents may not be able to provide him with a meal. In our school, we do 2 food collections a year, and my role as a student council member is to help gather the food from classes for Foodbank.
Hartridge Primary School,